All right, exam's right around the corner, isn't it? Well, you've come to the right place. This is your final lightning-fast revision of the story of Village Rampur. We are going to hit every single key concept you need so you can walk into that exam hall feeling like you own this chapter. Let's do this. Okay, what's the plan? Simple. We're going to absolutely ace this chapter in less than 5 minutes. Think of this as your ultimate high-speed cram session. So get ready, focus up, and let's go grab those marks. You ready? Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, we're starting with the absolute bedrock of this entire chapter. And trust me, you can practically guarantee a question on this is going to show up. It's the core idea that explains how pretty much anything gets made, whether it's a field of wheat or a shiny new car. So there are just four factors of production you absolutely have to burn into your brain. First up, you've got land, and that includes all natural resources. Next, labor. That's the people actually doing the work. Third is physical capital. Think tools, machines, money. And finally, the big one, human capital or enterprise. That's the brain power, the knowledge that pulls everything together. Now, for the exam, here's your cheat code. Just remember LLPE, land, labor, physical capital, enterprise. Easy, right? Okay, let's zoom in on physical capital for a second. And listen up, because this is a classic 3-mark question. They love asking this. It's split into 2 types. You've got fixed capital, which is the stuff that sticks around for years, tractors, buildings, computers. Then you have working capital. This is the stuff that gets used up in the process, like raw materials, say seeds, and the money you have on hand to keep things running. You gotta know the difference and have those examples ready to go. And boom, this picture right here ties it all together beautifully. See? You've got the land, the farmer putting in the labor, the seeds and money in his hand, that's your working capital. The big machine in the back, that's fixed capital. And the know-how to make it all work, that's the farmer's human capital. It's the entire production process, all in one neat little package. Okay, so let's take these ideas and drop them right into the village of Rampur, where farming is pretty much the main game. Now, they've got a big problem. The land is fixed. You can't just, make more of it. So the huge question is, how on earth do you grow more stuff on the exact same piece of land? And the answer to that question is a term you absolutely need to know: multiple cropping. It sounds complicated, but it's super simple. It just means growing more than one crop on that same piece of land within a single year. The folks in Rampur are masters at this. They can grow 3 different crops a year, all because they have fantastic irrigation. That's the secret sauce to getting the most out of their limited land. Ding, ding, ding. Here comes another classic exam comparison. You have got to know the difference between Kharif and Rabi crops. So, Kharif crops, think rainy season. These are things like jawar and bajra, and they're mostly used to feed cattle. Then you have Rabi crops, which are grown in the winter. The big one here is wheat. This is what the family eats, and whatever's left over, that's the surplus, gets sold at the market. Got it? Rainy versus winter. So what's Rampur's big secret? How did they get so good at this multiple cropping thing? It boils down to 2 game changers: irrigation and electricity. See, Rampur got electricity pretty early on. That meant they could power electric tube wells, which let them water huge areas of land super efficiently. And just like that, farming went from being a gamble on the monsoon rains to something they could do all year round. Huge transformation. But, and this is a big but, there's a twist in the story. It's not all sunshine and bumper crops. Even though Rampur is really productive, not everyone is sharing in the success. And why not? It all comes down to the most important factor of all: land. And in Rampur, the land is divided up, well, incredibly unfairly. Just look at these numbers. They tell you everything you need to know. A whopping 87% of all the farmers are considered small farmers. 87%. But get this, together, they only work on about 48% of the land. So where's the rest? Well, the other 13%, the medium and large farmers, they control over half the land, 52% of it. I mean, that's a massive imbalance. It's the very definition of inequality. And if you're wondering what that actually looks like on the ground, well, this map shows it perfectly. See all those tiny, scattered little plots of land? That's what the vast majority of farmers are working with. And then you see those few, huge, unbroken patches of land? Those belong to just a handful of wealthy farmers. This visual right here, this is the reality of Rampur. So what does this inequality actually mean for a real person? Well, let's talk about Savita. She's a small farmer and she needs a loan for her working capital, seeds, fertilizers. She has no choice but to go to Tejpal, a big landowner, who gives her the loan but at an insane interest rate of 36%. This is a textbook example of a debt trap. It's a vicious cycle of high-interest loans that small farmers just can't seem to escape from. It's absolutely brutal. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Farming is definitely the main event in Rampur, but it's not the only thing happening. We need to take a quick look at the non-farm activities. But just remember, even with these other jobs, the vast majority of people are still connected to the land. And here's the number you have to remember for this part: only 25%. Just 25% of the working population in Rampur does something other than farming. To put that another way, that's only 1 out of every 4 people. So what are these other jobs? Well, you've got dairy, basically selling milk. Then there's small-scale manufacturing. A great example is Mishralal, who uses a machine to make jaggery from sugarcane. Of course, you have shopkeeping, the little general stores that sell everything. And finally, there's transport, which is really starting to take off with better roads. They might be small-scale, but these jobs are a super important part of the village economy. All right, here we go, the final lap, the home stretch. I am about to give you the top 10 takeaways that you absolutely, positively must remember for your exam. This is the ultimate cheat sheet. Think of it as a rapid-fire round to lock it all in. Ready? Let's do this. 1. Factors of production are land, labor, physical, and human capital. 2. Physical capital breaks down into fixed and working. 3. The land area is fixed. You can't change it. 4. So the answer is multiple cropping. 5. Kharif is rainy season, Rabi is winter season. 6. The key to success? Irrigation and electricity. 7. Land distribution is super unequal. 8. Small farmers get caught in a debt trap. 9. Large farmers have a surplus to sell, small ones don't. And 10. Only 25% of people have non-farm jobs. You got this. And I'll leave you with one final question to chew on. This is the kind of thinking question they love to ask. As a village like Rampur gets better roads, better transport, more reliable electricity, which of those non-farm activities we talked about do you think is going to explode? Which one will grow the fastest? And why? Give that some thought. Okay, you are now officially ready. Go in there and absolutely crush that exam. Good luck.